What's up, everybody? Happy Sisterhood Team Call. Let's start it off with recognition while people hop
I would love to go. I'd like to shout out my coach, Julie Bazinet, who's officially going Emerald tomorrow. So she's in the Emerald Club and unlocks it all and just crushing it. So happy for you, Julie.
I'll go. I'll start off by saying Melanie wishes that she could be here to shout out her girl, Emily, tonight, but she has to be with family. So I'll just start by shouting out Emily Goodwin. She was one of those coaches that wanted to be on this team. She waited her 6 months. She just finished her 6-month waiting period, and it's no surprise. She is hitting Emerald tomorrow. So congratulations to Emily Goodwin. And guys, all the while, she is moving her family across the country. She's packing up her entire house. So she is just focused. And when she gets settled, she's going to fly. So excited for Emily. You're a machine. And to piggyback on that, my girl, Mel, is finally hitting diamond tomorrow. You guys have seen Melanie Stairs consistently at the top of the leaderboards, just crushing it. She's pure fire. Mel, you inspire me every friggin' day. You level me up. Just congratulations on this massive milestone in your business. She is diamond tomorrow. So congrats, Mel.
I will jump in. Jen Milks couldn't be on the call, but she wanted to just congratulate Mel Stairs as well for going diamond, and congratulate you, Sharif, for just having the courage to come and make a comeback. And, coaching, we always say keep coaching in the car, but sometimes it's just not the right time. And seeing you come back has been incredible. And Jen really wanted to point out how amazing it is seeing you and Mel work together so strongly. So congrats to you too. Erin, are you kicking us off if nobody else has something?
Yeah, I'm happy to get going unless anybody else has anybody else to shout out. Okay. Tonight we were talking all about social media, and we wanted to do kind of like a back to basics chat about social media. Courtney and I are going to talk about some few things, and then we really want to do a Q&A. So if you feel as though you're struggling on social media, maybe you want to dive deep and talk about Reels, maybe you want to talk about the ever-changing Instagram, maybe you want to talk about starting to post more on Facebook. I don't know where you're at, but I hope that you know that if you have questions, this is the place. This is the place to talk with them and save them, because we will do a Q&A in this call. So we have a number of new coaches this year, and I feel like it's like the elephant in the room, right? It's the thing that most people struggle with the most in the beginning. And we just had our coach mentorship call for May. We did touch on some parts, and a lot of the women there were saying, like, it's hard. What do you even talk about? What do you post about? What do I say? All that stuff. So we wanted to really bring it back to basics tonight and talk a little bit about coming out on social media, using social media as a business tool, looking at it not as a way to just like scroll through and like on your friends, but as a way for you to share your business, as a way for you to connect with other people, as a way for you to inspire other people, as a way for you to impact their life, right? So for me, I know everything changed on social media when I stopped looking at social media as a place where everybody shared pictures of their kids and I just connected with my friends and family. And instead of a place that I could connect with hundreds and thousands of women and inspire them and use it as a business tool. And I think often still, and like frig, I am still get stuck on the daily in the scroll. I still like social media is still very addicting, right? It's still hard to get away from the scroll and looking at other people and wasting your time. I even find that. So I'm sure other people can relate, but it is a place for you to connect with women. It is a place for you to share what you have to offer and to educate, to inspire, to entertain other people, right? It is your business platform. We say that that is like your front store, like your page is your storefront. That's how you connect with other people. That's how you welcome people into your business. So I hope that you're starting to look at your social media as your storefront, right? If you've been doing this business for less than 6 months, we always, and I would even say, Courtney and I said 6 months, but I would even say more than 6 months. Like, your focus should be your warm market. So while you may have a warm market of people that, you know, are in your life currently, maybe people in your community, maybe people you work with, maybe people you went to school with, maybe like mom friends, whatever, those are your warm market, people you already know, right? But I don't see my warm market every day. I really don't, right? So social media is still a way for me to connect with my warm market. And my warm market at this point, they already know me. I hope they like me. They trust me, right? So me sharing on they're already following me. Me sharing on my posts, on my like actual page posts and on my stories is how I'm going to be able to connect with them on a regular basis. It's how I'm going to be top of mind for them every single day. It's how that they're going to actually come into my basement and see what I'm doing, right? So social media is my tool for me to like advertise. It's almost my marketing for daily connection with my warm market. Okay, so if you've been doing this less than 6 months or less than a year, your focus still is very much on your warm market. You really want to connect with your warm market through your stories and through your posts every day. If you've been doing this longer and you feel like you're at the point where you want to connect with more of a cold market, then maybe you want to start focusing on Reels, because Reels is how you're going to have a grander reach to that cold market, right? I'll post Reels and still my warm market will see it. But the way Instagram is working right now is that's what a lot of people are scrolling. That's what people are looking through in terms of like strangers or other influencers on the internet, right? So that's your likelihood of expanding your reach beyond your warm market. So if you're at that point, by all means, man, go all in on Reels. I watched something the last few days where this network marketing guy was saying, like, if you're trying to build a business in network marketing and you're not doing Reels, you're wasting your time. He was like, that is the way. And like, while I agree and disagree, if you are looking to expand outside your warm market, if you're looking to connect with strangers, you're looking to build a cold market, Reels is probably your best bet right now. Okay, and we'll get into a little bit more of that if you want later. But I really want to focus on how to post on your social media for that warm market, for the people that are already following you, the people that know you, the people that like you. What do you post about, right? And ultimately, in the beginning, it has to come down to being truly authentic and real and sharing your life, sharing your day-to-day, sharing the mundane, sharing, and I even just said this on our mentorship call, you're sharing your walk in the beautiful sunrise. You're sharing when you're at the grocery store and you see something. Like, I remember Koo in the beginning, she would do these grocery store shops and she would just post pics of all the new things she was getting at the grocery store. Maybe you're posting, if you're like, my life is like me, like my life is pretty much hockey, cheer, and football. Like, that is the extra stuff that I have going on. So I'm going to share that. Share the things in your life, and then you're going to sprinkle in your health and fitness, right? So that you can connect with other people, or they can see what you're doing, right? But it is a bit, in the beginning, it is a bit of an almost like a journal diary entry of your day-to-day and how these products and programs are impacting that. Maybe like you'll share your afternoon shake, or maybe when you go to the rink or the football field, you'll bring your shake and you'll share that there, right? You share how it impacts, but you have to share the rest of your life, because ultimately, if you want to start building connections and having conversations, you need to do two things. You need to show up consistently with your health and fitness, and you need to share other things that are going to create conversation. Listen, I know, because my sister told me a million times, nobody gives a shit about my dog. Nobody wants to see my dog. But you know what? There are dog people who do. And when I share stuff about my dog, it starts conversation. That isn't a way for me to start conversation. Okay? I'm not looking for people like Courtney to give me the eye roll emoji. don't care. I'm not looking to reach her. I'm looking to reach other people who care a lot about their dogs and bring their dog to the vet once a month. Okay. That is starting up conversations for me. But guess what? When I start conversations about my dog and we start talking and going on and on, it ends up getting to health and fitness because that's what I'm showing every day. And that's what they see every day. And it's a natural conversation. Otherwise, if I wasn't showing up and sharing my health and wellness journey every day, it would be from way out left field for me to bring it up. It would be actually uncomfortable for me to ask them about theirs. It would almost feel invasive, right? I'm not asking about somebody else's health and fitness and what they do for their fitness. That almost feels invasive unless I'm showing up every single day and they know that that's my thing. So you have to do the two things. You have to show up every day consistently, sharing your journey, sharing your workouts, sharing your shakes, sharing your healthy food, so that you can bring that up and it's not awkward. It's not out of left field. People have been watching you for months. They know your drill. And you also have to share the other parts of your life so that they start feeling connected to you, so that they feel like similar to you, so that they relate to you. And when you start sharing bolder things, opinions, like crazy things, people will start commenting and connecting with you on that. It does take you kind of figuring out, like, what are your things and what do you want to talk about? What do you want to share about? For me in the beginning, that felt stressful. I don't have things. I didn't have hobbies. So I just documented my day, and I literally remember writing down, I am learning to figure out what my passions are. I am working on discovering my passions. Like, I remember that being one of my affirmations, because I remember being like, I don't have a thing. So I literally was like, welcome universe, what are my things? What do I want in my life? What do I want to have the things to talk about? But I want you to think about your life today. And maybe you were like me and you have a boring job that you're at all day and then you spend your night with your kids. But guess what? Like 90% of my target market is the same, and they connect to that. And they want to see that I bring a lunch to work and what I'm bringing in my lunch to work, or what podcast I'm listening to on my way to work, or how I'm navigating bedtime with my kids, right? You just have to start taking photos or videos of the mundane and documenting it.
Can I just say, because you haven't actually stated the obvious, that the point that we really wanted to drill home to people that are 6 months, a year into this, is that it's about your transformation. It's about your journey, right? That's what you're posting on social for 6 months, a year. You're just sharing your journey and your transformation through these programs and products, because your transformation is what will inspire people. Your journey is what will educate people. So it's like, oh, educate, inspire, entertain. That feels so intimidating. Just do you and make your journey your job. Like, how many times have we said that, right? But I guarantee you, if you're struggling in your business, if you're struggling what to post, you're struggling in your journey. And it always loops back to, in those first months, first year, listen, I'm going to share more, still struggling, but just for you to keep it a little bit more simple and to have some direction. If you're under a year, it's about your journey. And I'll warn you, because I was challenging Erin when we were preparing for this call. I'm like, I don't know if it's like post about cheer, post about this. Like, personally, it really irritates me. I have this girl that I bought makeup off, and every day, happy Wednesday. Like, I'm so annoyed at this point. I can't even watch her one more time because it's so predictable and I want to punch her in the face, right? So there's a difference between consistency and really wasting space. Like, nobody necessarily wants to see your kid that did a really cool thing at the park, but they might be interested in the deal you found at Loblaws for Joe rain boots, or something about your kid that is either helpful or interesting, or maybe a camp or something like that, right? And Erin used the example of cheer. She wants to connect with other cheer moms, so that is what she wants to talk about. Do you want to talk about someone's kid doing monkey bars? Then maybe it's not an interesting thing to post about, right? So it's like, yes, share your life. Yes, post the extras, but try to post with intent. Because I think long are the days where it's just like when I started, guys, I literally posted everything I was doing. And I had an ant trail, and I do think that that's a little bit way of the past, right? Because we talk about this business offering you some time freedom. And if you're feeling exhausted by having to share constantly on social, that's not going to work out for you. So if you were able to sit down and think about with intent what you want to post, then I think you could be a lot more effective and also feel better in your business. I wanted to share, so hold on one sec. Did you want to add, Erin? No? So, recently I have been struggling, as I have so many times in coaching, just with posting. Actually, I'll say I've struggled the entire 4 years with posting. I think that it is not an easy calling to be on social and share your journey constantly. It's like, I've gone through these moments of and sometimes it's sabotage where I'm like, fuck, it's almost creating a problem in my life where I'm constantly focusing on my journey and what I'm eating and blah, blah, blah. I'm so over it, but then a couple days and I'm like, but this is helping me live in the light. This is genuinely helping me be better and feel good and have the accountability to do it, right? And the message overall that I really want to share with you guys, because if you're struggling to post, if you're having self-limiting beliefs, if you think you have no value, if you think you're boring, if you're getting 0 likes on your pictures and your story views are plummeting, you're not finding joy. And it's hard to post, right? Because those two things are synonymous. And what I want to share is that this business, you need to find your joy. Because this business can be your vehicle to something incredible, or it can be a cloud over your head. And if it's a cloud over your head, you're not going anywhere. You're a hamster wheel, right? So if you are struggling right now to post on social, I want you to take a sec and to really think about where you're at. If you're 6 months, a year into your journey, you need to be sharing your journey, commit to something different, start a new activity outside, think about maybe some personal development that you've been struggling with, and do a book review in your community. Think about something journey-wise that you can share more of. If you've been coaching a little bit longer, and this you can actually, any of us can do, but this is what I did today. I went down a rabbit hole last night of watching Natasha Pearson's TikTok videos. For anyone that doesn't know who she is, she's the top coach in the network right now. And she was video after video after video talking about her tips to how she lost 100 pounds. And it really got me thinking. I was like, damn, I've lost 100 pounds. And I'm sitting here thinking, what should I post? I don't know. I don't want to post today. I'm like, but I have so much value. I've collected tips over the past 4 years that I can share with people. But I've spent the last 3 months thinking about how I want to focus on sabotage, focus on self-sabotage, all this stuff. And what I really realized is that I'm still in self-sabotage. I'm still working through that. I am. Erin's laughing at me. I'm a roller coaster. But I'm still working through that. And so that's why it didn't feel authentic for me to teach on it, because it's where my journey's at, right? What I have already accomplished, losing 100 pounds, creating an amazing routine from home, learning these meal plans and finding lifestyle, all these things, going from an addict to finding my athlete, that's what I've already accomplished. So that's what my value is to share. So I want you to think about your life. Are you just in your journey? Because that's where you should be, is sharing your journey authentically, getting deeper in it, diving into it. When I was in that mode, I was fucking crying because I had to change hard things. I had to change hard things. And maybe it's not as serious for you, but maybe it is. Because if you've been coaching 6 months, a year, and you haven't lost a pound and you have 50 to lose, and I'm not like just giving an example, you know, use this as your vehicle. Get deeper in your journey, because your transformation is what will inspire, educate, and entertain. It is. That's the whole thing. That's the whole shebang. If you're Erica, if you're Koo, if you're Sophie, if you're one of the star diamonds or diamonds on this team, you have value. Figure out what it is. Today, I sat down and I wrote a list about all the things I think I can give tips on. And I printed it off and I put it beside my desk, and I'm going to post a fucking TikTok every single day with a tip on this, with the goal of bringing those people over to my Instagram. I'll read you the list. Procrastination, losing weight, late night snacking, over drinking, drive-thrus, too much TV, can't commit, tomorrow mentality, emotional eating, opinions of others, food groups, groceries, meal planning, meal prepping, quit smoking, wake up early, lose skin surgery, consistency, accountability, lunch ideas, dinner ideas, breakfast ideas, eating out, how to drink at parties, keep meals exciting, how to cook for your fam and your goals, how to travel and eat well, don't be a weekend warrior. Those are all things that I could just sit here and think of one little tip on, right? And so that is my plan going forward, is to just create reels and TikToks sharing those tips, because that's the value. When someone comes to your page, and don't take this too literally if you are under a year, but when someone comes to your page, we want to think what's in it for them. And lately I've been feeling like when I look at my page, it's all about me, you know? And that's like embarrassing for where I'm at this stage in the business, because it should be all about them. What's in it for them? What do I have to offer them? What value can I share for them, right? Like Erin said, if you're still under a year, it's just your warm market watching you. They're genuinely curious and snoopy about what you're doing, and you sharing your journey in your life is the value, is the entertain, is the inspire. So don't take this and be like, I don't know, I can't do reels, I can't. You know, there's two different waves. There's phases of this business. And we've all gone through all these phases of the business, you know? And so will you. So stay in your lane. And I don't want to like overwhelm someone that's on week 2. A tip for you would be to focus on your top 9. Every time you're going to post, or if you want to sit down and maybe make a posting strategy for the week, go to your Instagram and look at your top 9. If anybody wants to like volunteer as tribute and put your Instagram handle in the chat, we can do some live audits. But go to your top 9 before you're going to post and see what you've posted. If it's 9 sweaty selfies from the neck up, it's not what the kids want to see these days, right? What's that, like Justin Bieber audio? You have to diversify a little bit. And so maybe that means, for you, creating a list like this of variety of pictures, right? Like in my gym, outside, on my bike, like keep it fresh and keep things moving. Michelle, we already know you're amazing. Stephanie, Erin, you want to talk a lot about this stuff?
Yeah, I do also want to say, like Court and I are so different. In the beginning, I just felt so overwhelmed of what to talk about. So I really want to say, if you are at that point and this is like under a year for you, you are the inspiration. Your growth, your journey, your transformation over this next year is the value, is what's going to inspire people. And as you grow and evolve and literally change as a human, that is what's going to attract people to you. But you have to kind of like truly commit to your growth, commit to your journey, go freaking all in on elevating who you are and sharing that authentically. It's not going to be all rainbows and butterflies. Every day isn't going to be good. You got to share the good, the hard, the bad, the ugly. And as people watch you and watch you literally evolve in front of their eyes, that is what's going to attract. And that's what people are going to be like, damn, Krista, what are you doing? Right? But you have to commit to that journey, and you have to commit to sharing it, because those people in your life are watching. And yeah, maybe right now they're like, can't do that. I'm not where you're at. Oh my God, like you're up here. I'm like, don't even, I hope you don't even see that I'm watching, right? But as you show up every single day, you're like giving more people permission to take time for themselves, giving people like drops in their own belief bucket that maybe they can do it too. So take the pressure off. If you're under a year or so, take the pressure off of providing value and know that your growth is the value. Your growth is the inspiration, truly. So just document that and share that authentically. If you feel like you've been doing this a while, you feel like your transformation is old news, that's, I guess, the change. If you feel like your transformation is old news, it's no longer inspiring people. Now you need to provide value in other ways, like Courtney's talking about. But give yourself a gut check right now and say, do I still have place to grow? Is my transformation old news, or am I still working on a transformation? That will tell you what your page is about. Is your page still about your transformation, or is your page now about adding value to help other people with theirs? Because both are inspiring. Don't even doubt it. It just depends on where you're at. Court, you ready?
Yeah. Okay, Stephanie, I've audited you before, and I told you that all I saw was your neck up, and I'll be honest, that's still all I see. But I scrolled down and saw that you've lost 50 pounds. Congratulations. You look amazing. And you should be doing more transformation pictures. You should have one in your top 9 all the time. And it doesn't always have to be in a sports bra. Like, start trying on clothes that are goal clothes, and then watch that come true, right? Watch those fit, because I know you still are working on your weight loss journey, right? And that's what's going to be inspiring down the line. The other thing I'd say is maybe change up your bio, because it says, I help women lose weight, but like, you're still on that journey, you know? And it kind of loops back to what I said about the self-sabotage thing. It's like, well, I'm still working through that. I don't feel qualified yet, right? So why don't you call out, like, watch me lose 100 pounds, you know, or, and then anyway, like, I think you're on full circle. Andrea can definitely help you tweak that bio, but I think that you can make it even more about your journey right now, and sort of like start as a beginner. I think it's important, right, guys? You have to start as a beginner. You can't all of a sudden just come out and be like, I'm a coach, I'm helping people do this, right? You have to prove it. You have to get that transformation and show your results, right? So I know you are and have, so show us, right? If anybody has, I'll keep looking at some of these, but if anybody has questions about social in general, drop them here. Amanda Richardson, your profile looks amazing. I always look at you, but I think that you could share more vulnerability. And I've said that to you before. You know, guys, this is so, your vulnerability is what inspires people. Your willingness to share your journey cannot just be about 3 workout clips a day and sharing recipes, you know? Erin didn't even know what her transformation was until she had gotten it, right? But she was vulnerable to start from the beginning. Like, Erin's transformation is about her confidence and about her personality, you know? And it was really hard for her to put herself out there. And people, even our family, were like, what's happening here, you know? But look what has transpired. If you're not being vulnerable, if everything is perfect, you know, it's hard for people to have buy-in. And it is harder for people that don't have a huge transformation to be had. And that's where I'm at too. Like, even with our own journeys, it's a tall order to constantly be on program, right? And I don't think it is the way. If you don't need to lose any weight, then focus on lifestyle and building strength and long-term results, instead of, and I'm not talking about you, Amanda, I'm just past it, but instead of starting and failing constantly at programs, which guys, I've totally been victim to. Like, I've done my fair share of start and finish incredibly, and I've done my fair share of like, I'm going all in, and I don't, right? But I think that that's because I don't need to anymore, and I don't want to, because I've built this incredible lifestyle using these programs and products and meal plans, and I can implement that into a real life. So make sure you're just staying in your lane and honoring your own journey. Like, don't kill yourselves over this. This should be joy. This is your vehicle to find your path, right? Like, I was messaging Koo earlier. I was like, do you ever miss macros? Because she was like a huge macro counter before she started this. Just because you're a Beachbody coach doesn't mean you have to let go of something that you enjoy doing. Maybe that's her value she could add, because I bet you there's still a ton of people that do macros that follow her, right? And if you need help brainstorming something like that, reach out to your coach. Yili, you don't have so much to work on social. You are so authentic and coming across incredible. That's where you need to be, you know? Oh, are you guys having a hard time hearing me? Oh, one thing I wanted to say too, because I know a lot of people are saying that the top 9, Karina, is like when you look at your Instagram, like, see, I'm looking at Amanda's Instagram, I can see the top 9 posts. So that's what someone sees right when they come to your page. Yeah, what I was gonna say about story views, because I do think that's where like your warm market and your people are, right? But I think story views are down across the board right now, and it's because of Reels. So don't be, like Kim, she just talks on her Reels. Like, I'm gonna start doing that too. Erin does a great job of that. Like, just go for it. And if you don't love one, don't post it to grid, but just go for it. Just try. Start stupid, it's okay. Should we switch Instagram and Facebook into business account page the first year of coaching? Yeah, absolutely. Because you get, not Facebook, but Instagram, you get insights, and you can see which of your posts are driving the most traffic to your page, etc. Anyone have any questions? Oh, I have had that, Amanda. That's so weird. I don't know if maybe like Instagram flags one and then your reel has no audio. Does anybody want to contribute? Like, maybe it's not a question, but maybe any of the leaders on the call, if you have anything to contribute.
Yeah, I like what Marianne just said there, how she's just trying to talk more instead of trying to connect with an audio or use an audio to make it her own. I did see that Instagram is saying that they're starting to favor more original content versus repeating the same audio and us all using the same audio, right? So as scary as that is, I really encourage you to try it. Like, share a top tip, share something that made you smile, share, even if you like, what I'm doing now is I'm literally, instead of just sharing a quote, I'm saying the quote, right? Like, so think about something that you can say or talk about and just post it and move on. People are going to see it and then scroll by. It's not going to be there for a lifetime. It's not something that people are going to overthink about, but you do just have to like start putting yourself out there and try. Was it just last summer that Reels came out? And we did that 30-day Reels challenge. It changed everything for me. I literally was like, I'm going to post a Reel every single day for 30 days, no matter what. And it forced me to get out of my comfort zone and just try it. So if you need some sort of challenge like that, maybe challenge yourself to talk to the camera every day for the next 30 days. I guarantee you it will change the way you show up on social media. It just will. You just have to force yourself to try it and do something new.
Shani, that's a great question. I just went and looked at your page real quick. For you, as an example, I would say take some incredible pictures of you, because you're still very hiding, you know? Like take, like, next time you're dressed up, take some incredible pictures. Ask Sarah to come over and, you know, take a bunch of pictures. And make it about you. I think sometimes as new coaches, it's still really comfy to hide behind our family and to just hide behind being a challenger. But like, I dare you to make it about you, you know, and about the fact that you're going for this, that you want to do this, you know. Also, I would say, like, you know, you have like the Mother's Day sale, 5-day free group, like right on your page. I wouldn't do stuff like that. I would save that for your stories. I would just post more pictures of you alone, you know, not your neck up.
And Courtney, it's Clarissa. I was just going to jump into, when it comes to being vulnerable, you know, we're all reading personal development books, and I'm sure it doesn't take long when you're reading to have these aha moments every single time, you know. Like, I find also either you share something that you're reading in your book or the workout program. We all know the workout programs, like, they're dropping nuggets all the time. So like, when I have my tracker, I keep my pencil right there and I just jot down, you know, some of the things that are being said in the workout. And I do my best, I think, on my stories, like right after my workout, because I'm super fired up. But when it comes to vulnerability, I think definitely like tying in those things when it comes to consistency, believing in yourself, like listen to the trainers that we have access to every single day, and you have content right there. I love that. Thank you for jumping in. I totally agree. I also love Jen's question. How do you know what to post on stories, posts, or reels? Like, amazing question. So for stories, it's usually that behind the scenes, not perfectly polished, just sharing your day. Maybe you're sharing other posts, that kind of thing. It's more a behind the scenes peek into your life, okay? The posts are a little bit more static. They stay there. So that would be more, like I said, stories will disappear after 24 hours, right? Your posts will stay. So your posts maybe will be more videos that you want to keep there long term, more like your pictures of, I don't even know what to say, like statements of what you're doing or your life. I don't even know how to say what I do in posts. I'm lost for words. But then reels are things that you want for your outreach to your cold market, people that will find you. So there's a lot of like fun ones that people do about like mom life, or you can do some that are inspiring. Like, ultimately on social media, you want to be educational, inspiring, or entertaining. Okay, so those are kind of the three value things. For reels, it's more, a lot of them are mostly entertaining, right? So I know that some coaches will do fun things that are completely outside of like health and fitness and Beachbody, just to attract people, like that showcase their personality, that showcase who they are, their kind of lifestyle, and that kind of brings in different people to their page. So if I were you, on a regular day-to-day, I would post most of my stories in terms of what I'm doing throughout the day, that documenting of the day. I'll pick some sort of topic or opinion or something I want to make a stand on for my post. And a reel is something that like I will try to attract new people to my page. I hope that helps.
I'll add something to Erin about the post. Something I still remind myself to this day is like, you don't have to tell the entire story in this massive long caption with every post. Because like Erin mentioned, people are just scrolling by. So if it's something that you're being vulnerable about or something about your journey, like share some of it, but most people aren't reading it all. So save that as content and you can continue to share that same topic on repeat rather than having this massive long caption underneath the post. Most people aren't going to read it. And then you're like trying to generate new ideas. Take that idea and spread it out more on your grid.
Something else that, hopefully that sounds better. I put my AirPods in. Something else that is vulnerable, especially in the beginning, as another example, is claiming something in your journey, you know? Like claim, you know, it doesn't have to be so extreme, but just, I can only think of myself as examples. So I claimed that I was going to be drug-free, smoke-free. I've claimed that I was going to do all-in programs, you know? Things like that. Like think about your journey and think about the growth that could be had and proclaim that personal challenge, because then you are there standing alone with them watching you, and it's up to you to really follow through, right? And is there anything more vulnerable than social seeing if you win or fail, right? It's like really putting yourself out there. Amanda had asked if you upload Insta and Facebook stories at the same time. I do. And the polls, they don't work, right, guys? Like Instagram loves when you use all the different functions in their things, but like I'm not enrolling from polls really, you know? And especially if you're new, just the magic is in the inbox. That's it. The people watching you are watching you and they're receiving what you're posting and they're being inspired and they're being entertained and they're judging, you know? And you might be educating them a bit, but they're not going to join you unless you invite them. None of your posts, this call is not how to post to enroll, right? It's like you still have to invite them. That is this business. And there's coaches that start that are like, yeah, I'm going to get to Emerald. Yeah, next week. Yeah, it's still my goal. Yeah, yeah. You either invite people or not. You either get in the inbox or not, right? The people in your warm market, your people, your humans, your aunts, your cousins, your sisters, your best friends, put them in a group, change your freaking lives together. Do a program, it's fun. Do 30-day breakaway, do a local 5K. Like enjoy it, you have something to offer. Find joy in this, because this is incredible. Like I can't believe the lifestyle that so many of these women have created for themselves, you know, because of this. But you have to get excited about it. Like I literally called Jen 2 days ago just to like complain, just to like tell her where I was at in my business and have a little pity party. And I just didn't even need any solutions. I just needed the pity party. But what I really needed was a pivot. And I've needed that so many times in this business, because that's the business. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect to grow. We have to change, right? We have to do things differently. And we've all pivoted a million times. For me, I'm going to pivot to adding value. It's too much about me. I'm bored of my own journey, right? So what's your pivot? Or what's your next transformation? It's all about you. Why don't we wrap? And with this takeaway, why doesn't everyone make a list tonight? Make a list, drop it in Coach Corner. Let's share them with each other. I'll drop mine. And print it. Maybe it's a list of things you want to accomplish in your journey. Maybe it's a list of things that would feel very vulnerable to ultimately share. You don't have to share them all tomorrow, but you know, maybe there's a goal. Maybe you have a closet secret. Maybe you're drinking wine in your mug right now. Maybe you're still smoking. Maybe you're faking your workouts for Instagram. I don't know who would ever do that.
Courtney, do you mind if I add one last thing?
Yeah.
So I used to be terrified of posting in the beginning, and I found for me, and you might relate to this as well, is when I struggled with posting, it was usually either because of three things. I was either uninspired by either the workout I was doing or the PD I was reading. Maybe you're reading PD because it's something someone else is reading, so you feel like you should be reading it. Maybe you need to look into really diving really deep into what you think will serve you the best, and then using that as your content. And the other thing is that energy, like I know it's been said so many times before, but energy in this business is literally everything. And that comes across in your posts too. So when are you posting? Are you waiting till the end of the day, after work, when you're exhausted, when your kids have taken like literally every last ounce of your energy, when you're writing your post? Or are you writing when you feel inspired and by what you're reading or what you're experiencing? So lately for me, what I've tried to do is I've tried to wake up a little bit earlier to write my posts in the morning, because I know for me that's when I have the most energy and when I'm the most inspired. So maybe changing when you're writing your post or when you're doing your reel might also help you as well.
Love that. Yeah, we were brainstorming and someone said, oh yeah, maybe we should talk about like batch content, and I was like, but does that work for you? And she was like, no. And I'm like, me neither, but it could work for other people. I feel like it would work for Megan Foran, so organized, make your list and make it happen, but some people it won't work, right? So
sorry, can I come off mute for a sec, Court? So after NLC, I bought Make Chic Happen, and now Melanie Mitro, maybe, now I'm drawing a blank whose planner it is, and you plan out your social media content, and I post every single freaking day now. So it does work for some. Like, I'm very freaking busy, and I would find myself exhausted at night and being like, oh, fuck, I haven't posted. I don't even have anything to say. And now I just think about like, and obviously it changes. Like, if I plan something and something more natural comes to me that day, but if you are an organized person like Megan Foran, good reference, it could work, because it really did work for me. And I just think about my week and I look about like what's coming up. Okay, I'm going to do this about teaching. I'm going to do this about whatever. So anyways, that has been a game changer for me. And you can just do it on a piece of paper. For whatever reason, actually having this agenda, a social media planning agenda, really made a difference for me. So batch content does work for some, for sure.
amazing. I've never got it, but I definitely, now you have me intrigued about getting that planner. I do think that it's useful for people. So if you are looking at getting like a social media resource tool, that's Make Chic Happen. And Melanie Mitro used to be the top coach for like, I think she was 4 years in a row. She's incredible. But it is like, I used to, when I was using, even the Rise Up Planner has that part where you could plan out your social media for the week. I used to write in that and be like, today I'm going to talk about working mom life. Then I'm going to do some sort of inspiring quote. Then I'm going to, like, it is cool to kind of map that out if you have your categories of things you want to talk about. Maybe, like maybe that's whatever maybe that's faith, maybe that's fashion, maybe that's beauty tips, maybe that's running. I don't, like, whatever your things are, you can kind of plan that out that way. It's a great tip. Thanks for saying that, Erica. I really appreciate it. Tonight was good. Thank you so much for the questions, for helping to build this call with us tonight. I hope that you are inspired to start showing up more authentically, start showing up more regularly, more consistently, and that you take my challenge of talking to the camera for the next 30 days. I guarantee you it will change everything for you. So thanks, guys. Have a great night.